Leo Stouros, the Allegheny Arrow shirt, signing for the Firewolves. I love it.
No better
Kevy
team.
is,
Yes.
Oh my God.
No better team.
Yeah, and Hot Rod, that's how I know most of those guys is through Hot Rod.
Yep.
We've got Leo Stouros. I know you as an Allegheny Arrow.
Yep.
What a privilege it was to film you this summer. What I got to really see over the summer is what you shine at. You get under the offense skin, but your transition, your flow up the field, I mean, that's definitely an artwork to get under their skin like that. Last week, it really, you scored the game-tying goal, and then everybody got to see on national TV where you drew the fight and you're just smiling at them as you frustrate them.
Yeah.
How do you have the ability to keep that smile on your face as you're getting them so excited?
Well, I think if I retaliate and I take the penalty, Clarkie kills me. So I got to make sure that, I play on that edge. Although we do want to, get guys going and get them off their game, it's still playing the right way. It's making sure you're playing on that edge where you're not taking penalties. Because, the point of doing that is to draw penalties, right? So hopefully you're not taking them, hopefully they're taking them, and gives our offense the chance to pull away.
Can-Am Senior B, this was our first year getting to see it. What were your thoughts of playing there all summer?
Oh, I actually loved it. So it reminds me going back and playing in Six Nations where everybody grows up playing with each other. So like the team chemistry is unmatched because they're like family, they're like siblings. And then the care for it. Like you're playing for your community, you're playing in your community, and then all the surrounding teams are community-based teams. So I loved playing in that league. I love the camaraderie of Seneca Allegheny, and yeah, I can't wait. I think it got me ready for this season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That was one thing is we're seeing more and more guys from that Can-Am league getting to play. Now, like playing for Allegheny, one of my favorite things to watch was you on the penalty kill. Like you take possession of that ball and just run up. And I noticed you've got the Spartan Lacrosse. Is that you and your dad that do that?
Yeah. So Spartan Lacrosse is something I started after university. My dad was like, you got to get a job. So we started doing school visits. We have a great staff with Marshall Palace's brother, Johnny Palace, leading our Indigenous team. And we do school visits. We do nighttime training, teams, and so forth and so on. So Spartan's always my baby, and if I ever can't play, I got the little kids to coach. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really falling back. I think Spartan is like the epitome of the name. I started researching it afterwards.
Yeah.
After I watched you play for Allegheny, I was like, wait, he's one of our Firewolves. I love watching this guy. I have season tickets to watch this guy. So then I got to check out the Spartan, and I see you guys actually do some Indigenous teaching with the lacrosse. How does that work out?
Yeah, so we go to the schools all across Ontario, and we come in with our Indigenous team and 40 sticks, and we teach kids how to play anywhere between a half an hour to like 2 hours, and then the next group of kids come. And just trying to grow the game and the beautiful game, and then not just growing the game, but teaching the history behind the game, right? And that's where the Indigenous team comes in. The history behind the game is why lacrosse is so cool. There's no other sport like lacrosse because of what the Indigenous used it for, and what they still use it for. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, you nailed it. Getting to check out that Seneca Allegheny Museum where, they really dive into the history and all that. If you've never checked it out, definitely get down to Allegheny, check out the museum. The casino's also awesome.
Yep.
Everybody down there is awesome. Also check out Goodies. I have to say, Kevy Bomberry is absolutely amazing. We love Kevy. Without Kevy, we wouldn't have done a lot. But so I mean, but getting to play for Allegheny, you really see the sense of pride and community. Like it's a different. I always say, watching Can-Am, you can't pay guys to play with the heart they play in Can-Am.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The heart that comes from the Can-Am League is playing for the people beside you, right? In a lot of the money leagues, or not naming names here, but you're not really playing for the guy beside you because you don't really know the guy beside you. That Can-Am League, everybody knows the guy beside you. You've been playing with him for years, so you'll go to the ends of the world for that guy. And it was cool to be a part of that and be thrown into that this year.
Yeah. And I mean, with that being said, you guys brought it you almost made it to President's Cup. You were one game away from President's Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, you were literally making history with that Allegheny team.
Yeah.
I'm sure, are you expecting that Can-Am, I mean, obviously that's our huge interest, but I mean, are you expecting that Can-Am team to stay together?
I sure hope so. Becker came back and led a team, and he's got kids and he's got a family and all that stuff, but he came back and led this team. Zach Miller, the Miller family, the Kettle family, with little Nate Dogg and coach there. I hope. I know we're getting older. I know guys are banged up. But that was really cool, that group of guys, and I hope we can run it back.
Absolutely. I'm really hoping you can too, because I don't see any tighter game than the way that series played out.
Very cool series with AP on the other side, Anthony Patterson, growing up playing against him. It was a tough way to lose, but we gave it all we could. And if you're going to go out, you go out trying as hard as you can. So no, excited. Hopefully can get back with those boys again next year. But again, excited for this year and Albany and where we can go with this team too.
Absolutely. I mean, now last year, you're one of the defense we talked about is a pretty solid core group of guys. You lost your captain, Colton Watkinson, who stepped up. But I mean, honestly, most of your core, besides losing your captain and then you lost Laughs.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of broken it up. But really, your defense seems to be fairly intact and going forward. I mean, how does this year feel now? Last year, you had the early win against Buffalo, and then the team kind of fell apart. Now we're going 2 games in, and it's a much different looking team than we had last year.
Yeah, I think the young guys are really stepping up, and the coaching and leadership on this team, no matter who the leaders are, they are on the same page. So even though Laffy and Manny left, Waddy was ready to step up, and they helped Waddy get to that position. And then our young guys are stepping up. I think in any team in the NLL, you have to rely on your young guys. They play, they get drafted, and a lot of teams put them in games. So today, Nicky, Volkov, Younger, and obviously the offense, Simmer, Kurtzy, Travi Longboat, the list goes on. Our young guys are really stepping up and playing big early in their career, and it couldn't be more exciting to watch.
Absolutely. And so for the best way for anybody to get in touch with you, and as far as Spartan Lacrosse, if they want to either lessons or learn anything, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah, Canada or the U.S. We have connections we can connect you with in the U.S. as well. But my email, Spartan Lacrosse Academy, is the website. My email is leo@Spartan Lacrosse Academy. And you'll find my ugly mug all over the website.
Awesome. Thanks so much.